Hey guys, I thought I would do a vlog for once. I love writing and I love talking, and I have so much to say. I think that's why I've not been sleeping recently. I have all these conversations going on in my head at night, and I have no way of expressing it at 3 in the morning without talking to myself. I have no idea what this vlog is about. I am just literally going to let it all out. And I hope it kind of makes sense to you. I know I do a lot of IG chats, and they are brilliant. I love doing them, but sometimes there's not enough time or I forget what I want to say. And I just need to let loose. So this video is not yoga, I'm afraid, but it's me just letting loose, and hopefully you can take something from it. So the first thing was that I switched off at the weekend. I completely switched off my phone, and I was going to do it for a couple of days. I did check it at night, and my daughter went out the next day, so I did have it on in silent for a couple of hours. But most majority of the time it was completely off, and I loved it. Normally I am addicted to my phone. It's my work, it's my life, it's my boredom. So it is purely, everything is in my iPhone, and I don't know what came over me. I had this urge. I wanted to just switch off and forget about the world, and I didn't think I would cope. I didn't think I would like it. I think I would have thought I'd get bored. But oh my God, seriously, I think it is amazing for ME sufferers to just unplug for even if it is a day, a couple of hours. You are constantly with your phone. Like me, you're on red alert. You're on a red alert for pings, your messages, any emergencies. You post something, you want the pings, you want to know who likes it, who comments, and we're constantly on this one ear, one eye open on our phones constantly, and it drains energy. It really drains energy, whether you know it or you don't, whether you're subconsciously knowing it, it completely drains it, and you don't actually realize how much it does drain until you switch it off for at least 24 hours and recharge. So I did that. I literally switched my phone off, and I don't have any clocks in my house. I don't know why. I think it was because my mum has about 1 billion around the house, and there was constantly TikTokings and batteries, finding batteries when one went. So she had 1 billion clocks, and I've only got my phone in my house to tell me the time. So obviously with my phone off, I couldn't tell the time, and that was another amazing thing. I wasn't stuck to society's TikToks. I wasn't stuck to it's 1 o'clock, it's dinner time, 9 o'clock shower. I literally just went with what my body and my mind wanted for the whole 24 hours. And it was nice to be lost, and I was quite silent. I love my silence, and I read some books, and I just completely was absorbed in silence, in stillness, in my thoughts, and I think I came away with all this. I've switched off, and I learned so much about what my body likes, what my body needs, and some treatment tips. And I absolutely loved it. It was so refreshing, and I managed to do yoga, like proper yoga, for the first time in ages, because my phone wasn't pinging, or I didn't have my phone with the music. and it was candles, it was dark, it was incensey. I just closed my eyes and I just went for it. And I was on the mat for about 2 hours, just stretching and breathing and really just like melting into my thoughts and my feelings, my body. And I absolutely loved it. And then the next day I belly danced for 2 hours. And I was just so much buzzing with energy, with smiles. I could have skipped up the stairs if I didn't have dodgy knees. And I was just like, there was this new unleashed energy type feeling and release, and I felt lighter. I felt the old me back, which I hadn't felt for a very long time, and I loved it. It was so good. I think it was because it was on my terms that it worked. You know, if somebody told me that they were buggering off for a couple of days, or if I didn't need it, or if my mum was like on holiday or something, she, you know, and I didn't like, you know, have any text messages, not that she texts anyway, but you know, it was on my terms and my soul was crying out for it. And I am so going to do it regularly. Now, I know so many of you have husbands, have partners, have little kids, full-time work, which I completely understand. I've been on both sides. I obviously have my teenage daughter. I've lived with people. I've lived alone, and it's finding that balance. And I have worked out that Emmy needs the rest, whether we're guilty or not. I've got a runny nose. So we need our rest, and I have found when I've been lying with my daughter or boyfriends, partners, I can't fully relax and heal. You know, after a couple of days, I'm absorbing their energy. You know, you don't deep sleep, you don't relax very well. So I spread out, and luckily, you know, I can sleep during the days. I can work around my natural body rhythm. I don't have to be awake by alarms unless it's school times. I'm not one of those going, it's dark, let's, you know, it's bedtime. You know, if it's 11 at night and I have ideas or my thoughts are flowing, I will sit and I will write or read or work at silly o'clock at night, and I can go on to 2 in the morning. It doesn't bother me. But I know so many of you are going to sort of struggle, and you're going to go, it's all very well, you know, you having the house to yourself, or your daughter's out in your bed to yourself, you can kind of do that. But looking back, when I wasn't and I was struggling, I wish I had the courage to say to my other half, can you just take Molly out for the day, for the night? Do you know what I mean? Something. I wish I had more alone me time, to whether I would sleep all day, whether I got on, you know, had a bath. But I wish I did more me time. It's not so much selfish, because I know we all want to sound selfish when we do this, and think of, you know, us and thinking of ourselves, but we can't look after our little ones, and we can't have a good relationship with our partners if we're drained. So I definitely think that it's part of the key, where you have to just unplug from the people closest to you to find your energy and your healing. You know, we're all different. We work on different frequencies, on different energies. So if your partner is a morning person and you're a night person, you're obviously going to get imbalances after a while, and it's energy draining. So if you have kids and, you know, you kind of go, I need that space time. Don't hesitate to turn around and, you know, have somebody babysit your children. You know, when they're a bit older, Molly used to go and sleep with her friends at weekends, which gave me some sleeping space. Plan it, prep it, you know, if you want it, there's always a way. You know, maybe your other half could take you away for, you know, a night away, even if it's a premiering, just something where you can get out of the routine that you're not forced to be in, but that you're in. And, you know, my body wasn't into routine. It still doesn't like routine. So definitely I have found unplugging and being selfish because you need it, and it's amazing. I've never felt so free, even if it was for a couple of days or a few hours or a night, a morning. You know, it's that unplugging silence. You can hear your body, you can hear what it wants, you can understand whether it wants to splat and go sleep, or have a relaxing bath, to do yoga, to read, you know, with just a coffee in the sun, anything. It's so important, I think, for our well-being. We just chug along day after day, doing what we need to do and have to do, but we don't have time to sit or plan in something that our body wants and needs to have to heal. So I definitely recommend to have a day, a night, a couple of days away from social media, if you can, away from people. This is you. You cannot be the best mum, the best wife, the best girlfriend if you're feeling rough and ill and drained and tired. You know, it's such an upheaval, and it drains the energy so quickly trying to be somebody who is not you, and or full of energy and bounce and working around other people. We do need to unplug to be the best and to give the best of ourselves. It's not selfish, it is seriously for the benefit of our health, and I've learned that now, and I should have done it ages ago. It's such a release. You can write down, you know, your symptoms, how you feel, you know, whether you're a bit perkier, you know, your high days, your low times. Just lose yourself in your own company, and you will seriously find what your soul is craving. I know my soul is not good in the mornings. I really should learn to not book any appointments, to see friends or anything in, you know, before midday, because my body, my Emmy, doesn't like it. And I always say yes to people because that's what suits them, but it doesn't suit my Emmy. So before, you know, last night I had a friend around 10 o'clock this morning, and because I knew the alarm was set for 9, before, you know, I had all this babbling on in my head, I needed to get out. I didn't sleep a wink. I literally had about an hour. I fell asleep at 7:30 this morning, and then my gardener decided to turn up and cut my grass at 8:30. And yeah, and then I was like, there's no point in me going to sleep now, so I'll get up. And my friend came for a couple of hours. I managed to keep, but I'm back out tonight, so what can you do? But I know that it's a no-no for me, really. But it's a once in a lifetime, and you live and learn, and it's these things that we need to do to realise we can't do, or, you know, we RME plays up on this one or whatever. So definitely, I think if you can take some time to soul search. It's not selfish. It's not a bad thing. You know, it is seriously for your health, and that's the important thing. If we haven't got our health, we can't do our best. And I've learned with ME that as much as there's medications, as much as there's you know, kind of help apart from cures, you are your own doctor and you're your own healer. And if there's anything I've learned, you've got to put yourself first, even, you know, for your loved ones. And if they are loving and supportive, they will totally understand, and they obviously want you to get better too. So they should help you. You know, they should give you that space. They should give you things that you might need to help your healing. Or it's not so much healing, it's coping, it's working with the ME, with your lifestyle and with your limits. You know, it's piecing. It's a huge jigsaw puzzle, and it's almost like you're doing it blind. So there's lots of trial and errors with this, but I definitely find focusing on the things that my body loves doing, what it's happy with, makes my mental state happy, which doesn't tire me out because my anxiety doesn't flare up. If my anxiety don't flare up, I'm sleeping better. If I'm sleeping better, my body is not achy, it's not tense, I don't get the headaches, I don't get the sore throats. So it's a win-win situation, but I know everyone is different. I have kind of felt better from doing this, the unplugging. I've been doing lots of research on ME medical side, as well as yoga and mental treatment type working out, which it's been quite hard for somebody with, you know, a dodgy brain and being blonde, but it's really interesting, and there's so many varieties of different ways, and I am seriously putting together some kind of treatment plan to help you, you guys. It's going to be a long time coming. There's an awful lot of research, and I have books and I have notes, and I'm doing the jigsaw, and I have learnt there is quite a few key elements for not healing. I don't want to say healing because I don't want to say that I'm going to cure you, or it's going to be a wonder drugs, wonder yoga, but it's going to help mindset and body, so mentally and physically. I'm hoping that these ideas that I'm going to be putting together will help you mentally and physically to put your life jigsaw together and work around your symptoms and your lifestyle, because like I said, we're all different. It's a lot of work, but I'm liking it, and I'm going to do a little meditation. If you've saw my Instagram chat, there is I want some guinea pigs. I'm planning a 28-day, 4-week little meditation program. You seriously do not need more than 5 minutes a day to do this. You can do it morning, noon, or night. You can do it all the morning, noon, and night if you wanted. It's just how we can work us, our subconscious mind into helping our healing. And I'm interested to just see how much it would work Now, I know it's a bit woo-woo. I know there's a lot of people that isn't spiritual or isn't on sort of like the holistic healing. You know, they have to, you know, base science and facts together. Basically, I can work it. I can actually word it into a scientific, medical facts and figures base, as well as the spiritual side. But because I'm spiritual and I totally believe in healing from inside out, I tend to go for the healing part, because let's face it, the facts and figures haven't even figured out a cure yet, so we might as well heal our own selves. But if you're interested in being a guinea pig for 28 days on a meditation program, please mail me on Instagram or comment below. You can mail me on my website, anything. The more the merrier. And if you can seriously just have give 5 minutes of your day for 28 days, just to see how it affects our brains and whether there is any effects from it. I will be doing it too. I promise you. When it's up and it's finished, I will be doing it too. I won't say I don't have the time right now, but I've got so much stuff going on in my head, I can't physically kind of fit anything else in, which is why I'm rambling on a vlog right now, which is 21 minutes long. But I kind of just wanted to say that the whole treatment, look after yourselves, and I will put together maybe a quick treatment-y plan of what I did without the phone, and just sort of looking after yourselves, because if we wait on the health people to fix us, we are going to be sitting around twiddling our thumbs for a very long time. And I've learnt, I think, in all these years of having ME, I'm better with thinking good things. I was a teenager when I was ill. I never had any medication for my ME as a teenager. They literally said, you have ME, and left me to it. So all I had to get better was a dream of being a makeup artist. I used to journal about being a makeup artist. I used to research absolutely everything about being a makeup artist. I did the looks. I threw myself everything into doing a makeup. It stopped me from being down, and it gave me some focus and some excitement. I would grab my friends, I would do their makeup. My mum would bring me back loads of magazines every Wednesday when she went town, and I would rip them out. I would sit there and in my bed and do my makeup. If I managed to go to town, or if I had doctor's appointment, I would go to the shop and get some new makeup products to try. If they were in the magazine, I would try and find them and go, oh my god. But it was that drive, and it's that passion, and it's the same drive and passion that I've got now for Yoga My Bed and Me. I am seriously swimming and probably drowning in it, but it makes me, it's what I kind of live for. And I'm stubborn, and I'm competitive with myself, and I won't be beaten. So when I was 14 and I wanted to do makeup, I knew I had till I was 16 to get better, or at least manage my illness, to then go to college. And obviously I didn't have GCSEs, so I had to really nail a tough interview with the big bosses to prove to myself or prove to them and myself that I could do it, that I can manage the full-time education, being on my feet, and that I really wanted to do it. And I built up a portfolio. I incorporated all my schoolwork with my home tutor to work with what I wanted to do. Any essays that I had to do was incorporated with makeup. If it was maths or if it was English or just life skills, we would work it as though like, well, you own a salon, so this is all the money. And yeah, I loved the fact that I had this dream and I put everything into it, and I wasn't going to be beaten because we only live once. Luckily, I obviously got into the college, and yes, I struggled. It was hard. The teachers were amazing. They actually let me, sit on the reception if I was having a bad day. Because I had long hair, everybody used me as practice for hair ups, for shampoo and blow drying, you name it. I was basically sat on my ass most of the time being a model, but I passed and they let me have the time off that I needed. So I never gave up, and the only thing that I managed to have, or the only things that I had to hand to get to that stage, was my journal and my yoga book. And that was the only thing that kind of, pacing, just not trying to get upset about it. This is what it was, this is what it is. And maybe it was the 16 or the the teenage years, but I had to sort my own life out, and with this relapse now, I'm having to do it again. It is like being a teenager all over again. It's a new business, it's a new passion, it's brand new. Obviously, I still believe that I got ME because I meant to help people with ME, and I totally believe that, and I love it. Yes, I wish I found it sooner, because there was quite a lot of years at the end of doing makeup that I was a bit unhappy. I knew something had to change. I wasn't feeling it anymore. But looking back, and everything happens for a reason. So the reasons that yoga, my bed and me, has only just sort of started the past year was, if I think about it, I wanted to do makeup, so the universe gave me to do makeup. I think they gave me a really good makeup career because A, I've worked hard for it, and B, I needed to realise I didn't want it. That it wasn't what I wanted. As much as I loved it, it wasn't fueling my passion. Obviously I had the ME knowledge because I've been so ill all those years. But also it couldn't have started any sooner. If I was any younger, I don't think anybody would really take much notice of somebody quite young. I was the same with makeup. I was in my 20s, and I always used to have the age gap between 30 and 35's brides. They hated me because I was 24. What did I know about makeup? They've been doing makeup for longer than I have, and they were evil, really, bridezillas. Sorry guys, but they were. So I don't think something so important as health and ME and well-being would have been portrayed very well if I was still in my 20s, which I really wish I was. Also, because of it being an online business, I needed the internet. Back then there was no internet, there was no iPhones, there was no YouTubes, there was no Instagram, there was no self-publishing, there was no way of there would be no way of getting my business out to the world as easy as it is now. So I had to wait for the universe to bring out all the whole technology that I can actually say, right, now is your time to then put your business out there. This is the time. It's now or never, and you can do this. So I had to wait for the internet. I've got my iPhone, which I said I never get, but I've actually do love it. But yeah, so it's needed to be done. Things happen for a reason, and I'm learning to listen to myself and to trust what I feel and not to say no. And it's the hardest part, I know, but I have so much plans for this business. I will promise I will do more videos for YouTube, not me just babbling. And so yeah, it's all fun and games, but I really want to help so many cope with the bad days. I don't want to say I'm going to cure people. I don't want to say this is the way to get better. I don't want to be one of those people that sell miracle diets, pills, yoga even, you know. I am seriously saying, look, I'm suffering, but I'm going for it. I don't want to be an old lady with any regrets. I want to make a difference in the world, and the stubbornness in me is going, I'm going to bloody do it. So that's what I'm going to do. And it keeps me occupied, you know. On my bad days, I'm thinking about what I can do, and on the good days, I'm putting it to practice, writing it, you know, modifying the yoga, reading up on it, researching the MEs, symptoms, hospital ways, diets, pills, you name it, and I'm piecing it all together. So hopefully there is something that we can all take and help us manage the illness, rather than, you know, until there's a cure, we're on our own, but we've got each other as well. So we are going to be the best Spoonie tribe ever and work together to help us manage each other, whether that's mindfulness setting, whether that's the yoga, the meditation, sleep. You know, you have to absorb yourself in everything that sparks your soul, I've found. Otherwise, it's a very lonely and depressing illness. So embrace your sleep, and, you know, embrace your hobbies. You know, pace yourself. You know, don't try and hobby it for 6 hours a day. You know, maybe 15 minutes, you know, every other day, and then build it up. So you've got something to look forward to, but you're doing it at, you know, 15 minutes is every other day. It's not wasting your energy. But we're all here, so we're going to try and sort this out. So this year we are going to definitely take over the world in pyjamas. And I've babbled enough. I'm giving myself a headache, so Lord help if you've watched all this 33-minute video. But I will, you know, upload it, and hopefully I will sort out more yoga to help you on Instagram and YouTube as well. So I want to say thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share, and I will be back next week. I am now going to get ready and scoff my face with a load of Chinese food because I'm starving. So remember, take it easy.